get that.
You gotta watch more Chip
I
stuff,
gotta watch more
man.
Chip stuff.
The heck? So I think we're live, Bob. All right, man. So today is Chip Live again. Hope you guys are having a great day. It is Thursday, February the 7th. All right, February 7th. I know I always say this, but I'm pumped today because I got the one and only Bobby Garcia. Bobby Garcia is a monster, right? We call him the Brown Tornado.
Yes, sir.
That's been his loving name since he was a kid with us, right? So that's because, Bobby, you started training with us when you were how old?
12 years old.
12 years old. Okay, so 12, and we're not going to expose his age, but he's old. He is so old, man. All right, man, so I was excited about this. This is going to be a fun interview. So Chip Live, I brought Bobby in today. I asked him to come be our special guest because, man, okay, first of all, he is an amazing man. Got his heart right. Good relationship with God, has a beautiful family, amazing dad, 2 amazing sons, beautiful wife. So he's got, the whole package, and an awesome career, right? So let's talk about your career real quick.
Okay.
Who do you work for? What do you do?
Okay.
Talk to us.
Okay, I work for K-Texas, the ABC channel here in Abilene.
Right.
And I've been with them. I'm starting my 11th year with
Man,
the
you're
company.
old.
Yes, sir. Get that cane and get that rocker out. So yes, I've been with them for a little over a decade now, and what I do is I help local businesses with their marketing efforts, helping them gain more exposure through the means of broadcast television as well as digital marketing, the various avenues of digital marketing, and helping them get their message out there and helping them grow revenue streams.
Yeah, and the digital part has gotten pretty huge, right? I mean,
Immensely, yes.
It's like massive, because used to be, it was like TV was it.
Yes.
And now there's so much digital stuff, and I wanted to kind of throw that out there because you guys have a huge digital resource and a massive ability to help local business with their digital
Absolutely.
Websites and social media and all kinds of stuff, right?
Yes, sir. Search, SEO, SEM, keywords. We do it all. And one of the main things that I love about what I do is I combine the efforts of traditional marketing and digital marketing because it helps hand in hand whenever you've got both means working together. You're seen on television, and if there's an intriguing message there or something that's compelling that catches the attention of the consumer,
Right.
a lot of times they'll do research.
Yeah. So they'll go from TV to digital, right?
And
go to search time.
And what's funny is it's a 2 to 3 screen world these days when you're viewing content. And if you're sitting in the living room, 20, 30 years ago, people are just focused watching their content.
Television.
Now, what do you have in your hands when you're watching television? A lot of times it's your phone, it's your tablet. So
Your watch.
Your watch. Yeah, exactly.
I've got a computer on my wrist that tells me what to do next, right?
So research shows, it's found that if you see a shirt or you see some shoes or
Right.
a service that you're interested in at that moment, a lot of times within the 10 minutes of seeing that message,
Right.
you're doing a search.
You're doing a search.
Yeah, so it's definitely an ever-changing landscape out there.
Right. So, I'm going to kind of dive into a little segue here. So, in the business world, a lot of times, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I sold cars for 3 years, right? And I remember when I got the opportunity, we had a little business, it got slow, Glenn Ann and I had just gotten married, and we were like eating beans and rice, trying to make ends meet, survive. And she was going to school.
I like beans and rice.
Yeah, I do too. Love them. So we're hustling through life. But I remember getting that job and just thinking, I would be out somewhere and someone would say, "What do you do?" And kind of having that feeling of, I don't want to tell them I'm a car salesman, right?
Right.
But the reality is from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to bed, you're selling yourself.
Absolutely.
All the time, and how you smile and how you interact with people. And so I want to throw that out there because I know my nephew, one of my martial arts brothers, Kevin Wilhelm, is an attorney, and my nephew just graduated from law school. And I know a lot of times different career fields kind of catch a boot sometimes, like, oh, you're a salesman, or oh, you're a lawyer, or oh, you're whatever. The reality is all of those fields make our world go round.
Absolutely.
And they're necessary. And so I brought that up because 11 years, one job in sales, and honestly, guys, he's freaking killing it in a small economy in small town West Texas. And I I'm gonna say that yes, there's probably been kind of a rotation of salespeople through that business, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not an easy job. And to add to what you were saying a while ago about the perception of
Right.
a salesperson, it's all about mindset when you're out there. I don't look at myself as a vendor. I look at myself as a part of each team that I work with, each
Right.
business that I work with. That's kind of the beauty of what I do. I work with automotive sales. I work with automotive repair, restaurants, attorneys,
Yes.
all types of different businesses and categories, HVAC, plumbers. So what's cool is I get to learn about these industries and learn
Right.
kind of what success means to them. I learn the language of the business.
Right.
And so I become, in my eyes, a valuable piece to their puzzle in helping them gain more revenue and getting their message out. The key, the ultimate goal, and what I do personally, my personal mission for a business is
Right.
to help businesses become known before they're needed. And so
Wow.
that top of mind
That's
is
deep.
out there.
Become known before they're needed.
Known before they're needed.
I love it.
That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So those are some serious golden nuggets right there, because a lot of times we I don't know, I remember as a kid, people saying you need to have a career and have a job that makes a lot of money. And so the focus was put on, how can you make money? How can you make money? How can you make money? And what people failed to pass along to me early on was don't work for money. Work with something and in something you love and you're passionate about, and you really never work. I know that sounds cliche, but it's true, and it was really powerful what you said. You enjoy kind of sliding in and being part of someone's team,
Yes.
helping them to build and grow and be a part of what they do. And I'm going to say that's why you succeed. It's not I'm a salesman here to close the door on you and get money from you.
Right.
I'm here to help you.
Right.
And that's that service attitude, service mindset.
Absolutely. And the longer I work with a business, I learn their timeline, I learn their peaks and valleys throughout the year. If there's something ongoing or that they've done as far as a sale or a special, I try to be ahead of the curve in planning for that. And
Right.
sometimes I even come too far ahead. Hey, I haven't even got that far yet. But that means that I'm doing my job right. Is if
Right.
I'm ahead of the curve and trying to be top of mind. And of course, one of the biggest pieces that you taught me over the years is initiative. Just having that initiative and that drive to be able to see things and take action on them and not just wait till the last minute.
Right. In the samurai mindset here, they call that zanshin, and it's like remaining mind is this hyper awareness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is in our economy, it's like knowing the trends, what's coming, what's going, what's kind of passing, and what's new. And you've been awesome at that. You're like kind of an early adopter with technology and stuff. Sometimes I've watched you growing up, and it's like,
Yes.
got the newest iPhone real quick. But the cool part is you lead with that, and it makes you a valuable asset to people's business. So anyways,
Yes.
we could beat this stuff to death, but that's powerful stuff. So, so what are some of the challenges you face in your industry?
The biggest thing is the ever-changing marketing landscape. It's a full-time job within itself, obviously, 'cause that's what I do for a living. A lot of business owners that I come across, either that I've worked with or even some that I've never worked with before or have never marketed themselves, they find it frustrating to find the right avenue that truly fits their business model. Does TV work? Does radio work? Does outdoor billboards work? I may have spent X amount of dollars here and I didn't get any results in that.
Right.
So I would say the biggest challenge is, lowering the guard when I talk to a new business or a new opportunity of working with somebody, and letting them know that I'm here to help. First and foremost, I'm here for you to help.
Right.
If you don't like my help or don't want my help, I leave you alone. That's one of the
Right.
the beauties of what I do is, I've got a lot on my plate, so I get to work with, of course, the ones that I work with.
Want to be helped.
I want to be helped.
Yeah.
And a lot of times too, it's a timing thing. As a business owner, you can attest to this. You've got a day that you got lined up, and you got this kind of a direction that you're going. Then all of a sudden, you get these curves going along throughout the day that you have to handle, or what I call fires that you have to
Right.
put out throughout the day. So maybe a timing thing. When I'm trying to talk to a business, but I would say the biggest thing is just staying ahead of the curve, being proactive, and like you mentioned a while ago, being an early adopter. That's kind of one of the advantages that I have in helping me be successful in what I do, is because I I'm a beta tester. I love grabbing
Technology.
I love grabbing the latest iPhone software, even though it has bugs in it. I love to dig in and find the secret, holes and secret shortcuts to make my job easier. I'm sitting around. I'll try to find apps to make my job easier. Productivity, note taking. What can I add to that? The biggest thing too is for marketing and just coming up with ideas. I love fishing for ideas and looking around and seeing what I can throw out there to a business that I'm working with to hopefully open their eyes and come up with a new direction or new message that could be compelling to gain more business.
Right. Well, okay, so a couple things are popping in my head, and one of them is I asked you what was challenging about your industry. You answered that quickly, but it was awesome to me to see how your mindset shifted into the positive things. It wasn't like you dwell on that negative, and I think that's another powerful lesson we can take is you don't succeed in life, you don't succeed in business and family or anything when you dwell on the negative, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got to look to the positive. You've got to stay moving forward. So let's get stuff. And go ahead.
I want to add something. One of my sales managers, Brad Bullington, he's the guy that actually hired me in this industry. He told me, the biggest thing that obstacle you're gonna have in this career is the head trash.
Right.
If you tell yourself that you can't do this, or you tell yourself you're nervous to talk to somebody, then that's what's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
So belief in yourself, confidence, knowing your product, knowing what you do, and coming across that way, and using the success that you built on over the years will help you overcome those. And like you said, I'm positive 100%. I try to go, find the positive in anything out there.
Every situation.
Yes, sir.
Well, it goes back to also where our most powerful thoughts go, our lives go. Yeah. And so if I'm constantly on the negative, then my life will be negative. And another thing too is trash in, trash out.
Yes.
Trash in, trash out. What I mean? Oh,
all day.
So you gotta untrash it, man. That's why I don't know if you follow any of my social media. I try really hard just to avoid negative, man. There's enough negative. I've got enough of it, so I stay away from it. All right, man. So you've already really, I think, talked about what you love about what you do. We have absolutely established the fact that you are crazy busy, but you started martial arts with us, Team Chip, when you were 12.
Yes.
But you still train, man.
Yes, sir.
And you still love to train, and you're still passionate about it. And your sons are training, and your wife has trained through the years off and on. And why do you keep that on your plate? What does that mean to you?
Well, the biggest thing is I love hitting bags. I love and stress reliever. I love it, and over the years I love to spar too. I love to scrap and mix it up. But the main idea, the main reason I love coming here is the values that are taught. My parents instilled that in me over the years, and then also drove me here weekend, day in, day out. When I was young, even days when I didn't want to, but with mom and dad really pushing me to come here, it helped build me into the individual that I am today. When it comes to confidence and being able to speak in front of others and being able to not be shy and carrying conversations with people I've never met before, I would say that I could attribute that to what I've learned from you over the years, for the last 24 years that I've been involved with Team Chip.
Right.
So
awesome.
It's been awesome. And so with my family now involved, I get goosebumps talking about this. My son, my oldest, he'll be 10 next month, or this month actually. He's on the cusp to possibly be eligible to test for his black belt this year, and I'm super pumped about that.
Oh, so
the next chapter, and getting him to grow in the martial arts, and as he's getting older, he's asking for help and refining his skill set, and I'm seeing it helping him in the classroom as well.
He's blossoming, man.
Yes, he's doing well.
We're seeing it too, and it's powerful.
Yes, and then I got my rocket 3-year-old Ivan, who's just pumped to be back. So he just came back this month, and we're able to adjust our schedules to get him here. But yes, I love to train when I can, and that's one of the things that I struggle sometimes with is juggling the family and the balance. But every chance that I get to come here, I do come here, and I enjoy every aspect. From what's taught, the values with the tenets of Taekwondo, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, dominant spirit. living that in the real life, and then also the physical and the exercise part of it is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. So I don't know, guys, if you caught this, but he alluded to something powerful. So if you're a martial arts instructor, be excited about the fact that I really believe that we're changing the world for the better by living out personifying these tenets and these kind of the Buddha code and these things that that the world needs. Confidence and humility and all of this. So, but the next, if you're a parent, man, I don't know if you caught the piece that his parents made a huge impact on him in that on the days he didn't want to go, they still pushed him to go.
Absolutely.
And I doubt the push was a verbal beatdown push. It was just that encouragement. Hey, you've come too far. And because I know, I've known his parents fairly well, and that's powerful, man. So when your kids have a struggle, if you're a parent, stick with it, give them a nudge, and keep them going, and don't let it stop. So I think we've addressed why you keep coming for all these years. So
yeah, and then bottom line too, having the ability to defend myself and my family if that situation ever came about. Having that in my tool set, in my skill set, speaks wonders. And I look forward to my children being able to defend themselves in any situations they may face in the years to come. So.
Absolutely. Powerful stuff, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you're speaking to another 30-ish-year-old person. They're a professional. They mention to you something like, oh, man, I really want to get in shape, or I've heard martial arts is good, or whatever. What kind of advice? I mean, because all the time I kind of cross that subject with people, in the checkout line. Oh, you're the karate guy, and yeah, and we'll talk. And like, hey, have you ever thought about doing martial arts? Oh, I'm too out of shape. I'm too inflexible, and I would just hurt myself. All of these things. So, what would you tell someone kind of similar to you, 30s, professional, succeeding in life, family, busy? What encouragement would you give them to get into martial arts?
Well, the biggest thing here with Team Chip is the family that's here. I've developed long lifetime relationships with a lot of the students and peers that I've been training along with over the past 2 decades. Sounds funny saying that.
2 decades! 2 decades! When you start talking in decades, Bob, you getting old.
Decades. Yeah, so I would say the family, to be able to build an extended family and friendships that will last a lifetime, but then also the core values and what are instilled in what we train, as far as referring to the tenets again. But as far as the training piece, again, head trash. It's all, I'm thinking this, I'm thinking I'm gonna do this, I'm too scared. Just get in there and try it. That's the biggest thing that I always tell everybody. You don't know until you try. So Get out there, get on the mat. Mm-hmm. It's fun. Once you have 1 or 2 classes in you, you're like, man, I gotta come back for more. And it's just the excitement of learning, forms, 1-steps. Again, learning the different situations on how to defend yourself just kind of opens up your eyes on things. And especially when you go to restaurants. I mean, I just kind of have that monitor mindset, like, okay, is everything okay? Or if I'm out of town, walking to my car, Isaac and I were out late this last weekend, and going run into a Walmart for a medicine run, or for a milk run rather, and there was a panhandler coming out of the corner, and I just saw him out of the corner of my eye, and just kept walking the car, darted the car, got in, took off. So just being able to have that situational awareness. And again, that's attributed to my training here at Team Chip, being able to be aware of all my surroundings. But long story short, you don't know until you get on the mat. It's a great means of exercise, especially on the cardio side, strength, flexibility. All that grows in one big nutshell here at Team Chip.
Awesome, man. All right, man, so you mentioned one of your managers giving you some great advice about head trash. So I'm going to ask you the question anyway.
Sure.
What's one really powerful piece of advice you've received that you'd be willing to share? Maybe something that was just like life influential, for you.
I'd say over the years, growing up as a student, my parents kind of, instilled the Ben Franklin saying in me, if you fail to prepare to fail. Yeah. That's one of the biggest takeaways that just kind of sticks with me on a daily basis. Preparation, showing up on time, being early, if you've got something that you've got a plan for, such as this, I had a plan for this. Look ahead and be on your A game and look
Right.
into what you're getting into. Don't just wing it. And winging it leads to a bad outcome. So
Yeah.
to have a positive outcome, to have at least have a roadmap to where it can get you to where you're going in the right direction. Preparation is key. So
That's
that's
awesome.
probably the biggest thing that I learned over the years from my parents.
That's awesome. That's so cool. All right, man. So, any books you'd recommend? Anything big, influential? Something you feel drawn to?
Just recently, probably in the last few months, I picked up the Audible app. Busy guy. I read
Automobile University.
Automobile University. I love it. I love it. And I wasn't much of a big reader, like a consistent reader, but here lately I've been
Good.
pumping through some books here. So I would say language, is a big thing on this one because it's a Navy SEAL. He definitely cusses like a sailor.
Right.
The new David Goggins book. It's called Can't Hurt Me. I was gonna say You Can't Hurt Me, but it's Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. It's a powerful story about a Navy SEAL who overcome a rough childhood upbringing. Also, overcoming the obstacles of being extremely overweight, going through 3 Navy SEAL Hell Weeks
Right.
to overcome those obstacles and with injuries, and ultimately became a Navy SEAL. And he's pretty powerful and strong-minded individual.
Right.
And so he's got some challenges in there in that book as well that kind of just as an eye-opener as far as mirror, self-check, talking to yourself, because the greatest opponent is yourself.
Right.
Again, going back to head trash and overcoming obstacles in your daily life. So I would say that's the book I'm into right now. So I would say
That's the one
it's
that's
been pretty
yeah.
powerful so far.
Good stuff.
Going through that.
Well, interestingly, I think a general theme of our talk today a lot has been mindset. Just keeping the correct mindset. And, we are our own worst enemies many times, right?
Absolutely.
So, good stuff, Bobby.
Sir.
I am so happy to have had you, man. I appreciate
you
you
for having
coming
me.
by. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you think. Make some comments. Say hey to Bobby. Like it, share it, get it out there, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, have a good day.